Hello everyone, this is Spot, and welcome to Kaiju Panic. This is an adorable game that I ran across, and I reached out to them and asked for a press code because it looked interesting and fun, and they sent one over, and I opened it up, and I'm like, oh my god, this is adorable. It's by a studio called Mechabit. They're from the UK. And it's pretty much an RTS slash tower defense slash, I would say, a little bit arcadey action. It's actually a great mix. Now that I've had like probably an hour and a half, 2 hours in it, I would call it actually somewhat of a puzzler game, as in how you order things. Let's jump in here real quick. I've actually unlocked Africa already, so this is actually a good sign for me in a game like this, and I've said this on previous first glances, is that if I get in to check it out and I stay in there way too long, more than I expected, that probably means it's a good game. So I went through the tutorial and all these levels and stuff. Let's do something here. Let's go into this one here. Okay, now the whole premise here is that there are these aliens have crashed to Earth, okay? And we are a commander, this guy right here, and we're trying to save civilians and stuff and defend a certain area, if that makes sense. It's, you know, the whole tower defense thing. So we're looking for early warnings, symbols, blah, blah, blah. We're gonna get through this stuff here. Okay, so this is saying we're gonna have something over here. If you've ever played a tower defense, you know about this. So now the thing is that I can move around with the WASD, right? And these guys will follow me. It's great. And then I can hit space, and we can pull up our build menu here. And this is a harvester, and we can throw it right there. And the great thing about this, and this is where the strategic stuff really starts coming in, this will build on its own, or I can go over here, and all the people who are with me, they'll go in and help build, but I have to stand here, which means I'm burning time, right? And you'll notice that it's 1 of 5, so we actually have civilians that we have to find in this area. And this harvester will spit this stuff out. Now, I have some upgrades on me right now, so I'm moving faster than you will in the game towards the beginning, and I can also grab stuff. Here's a little doggy, yay! Okay, so we're gonna go over here and grab this girl and this guy who's in a little suit, and in this particular mission, we have to do this, which he's in a little suit, and that's yeah, so we'll figure that out. A lot of this stuff has to do with like a lot of tower defenses. Okay, so we got this, and we're gonna go over here. Like a lot of tower defenses, the enemies you get have weaknesses, and in here it's pretty significant. I mean, you can take them down with other things, but you pretty much need to know. So almost every time, I don't think I've beat one level where I didn't play it once already, because as I'll show you here in a moment, once you encounter an enemy, then you can see a bio on them, and you can see what their weaknesses are. Okay, so we have this harvester up and that harvester over there, and we have stuff coming in this direction, and now we just got notice of this over here. Now, I've played this map before, so it's these guys, and I'm actually commentating, so I'm actually far behind. This is far behind. Now, I'm gonna go here, and I know that these little flying guys, the multi-gun is what you really want to take them down. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go over here, and I'm gonna burn the time getting this up as fast as possible. Now, you'll notice over here, this is like our base. Oops, shouldn't have moved away. There we go, boom. Yeah, okay, and it was just showing us that we were losing health. Now, the thing about this is, oh yeah, these right here, these are little research points, and we will use those in a moment. So let's see, we're gonna, and you got to be careful because like these particular guys none of them will really come after you. I'm gonna put this guy down here. But what will happen is if you get too close, the civilians with you will panic and they'll run off. And there's actually some upgrades that you can get that actually help that. There we go, boom. Now we need to move over here. Let me grab that research. There we go. Because we have stuff coming up over here, and I'm running so far behind, we may actually have a problem. But now this harvester's been running, so I'm gonna go over here, and the things that are coming over here, I know that a quad cannon is the best thing you can do, and I actually have enough crystal that I can put all these down. Actually, not that one. There it goes. So I'm gonna go in here and help them put this up. Now, there's something very specific about this side. If you remember, I mentioned this this need right here. Actually, we got to grab this guy. Boom, that goes green. So this stuff that they're leaving behind them, the guy in the toxic suit, we can pick this stuff up, you'll notice, but we got to be careful with these guys because they have this tendency to, if you get too close of them, they have this little earthquake stomp thing. Grab this real quick. And the thing is that to completely finish out a map, right, you have to do certain things, and one of them usually is get enough science, and a bunch of other stuff is like building, surviving, and things like that, which can be a total pain. On the map for this, on the world map here, you'll notice that some of these are still red, and the majority of that is because it's very difficult to actually keep buildings alive at times. So we're doing okay. So we're completely green on this. So we have all the civilians. Also, you can put civilians in turrets. Okay, and that little thing what they were doing there, I'm not sure what they were doing. I think they were actually repairing. What this does is it helps keep them safe. And it keeps them from running off and stuff. I do not know if the amount of people that you have with you impacts how fast they'll help build stuff. I haven't quite figured that out. I haven't really noticed a difference, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. So we've completed this level. We've saved Marvin, Malcolm, Lola, all the different people in the game. All the civilians have different names and they have different characteristics, as we'll show you in a minute. So got that, and this is all the buildings survived, and this is both of our missions survived, right? So we're gonna go next. And this is going to take us to the lab here. I'm going to go back to the map here. And you'll see we can actually go to the lab. I think after level 1 or 2, I think it's after level 1, you'll be introduced to the lab. Okay. Now the lab's actually quite interesting, right? So this is the engineering, and you can unlock stuff. You can upgrade stuff. So the quad cannon we have, because I've played for, we have increased blast radius and increased armor penetration, which on that particular map was not a big deal. And the multi-gun, which we built, right? Faster muzzle velocity, longer range, which we haven't bought here. Probably should buy that. I wish I would have got 700. There's actually something I want that's 700. This is an acid spray. Acid spray doesn't really hurt as much as it drains armor off of heavily armored enemies, and the sprinkler sprays acid in all directions. Oh, interesting. This one only sprays in one. I guess this is kind of an AoE type acid spray, and this just unlocked when I finished this continent. Haven't unlocked that yet. And explosives, these are actually kind of interesting mines because they cost I think 100 actual points to put down, but you can put them down. It's almost action-y, arcadey, in that if you have a big thing, or you have an issue where enemies have slipped through, you can run up and just like start placing these down, like boom, 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 and a lot of times that'll work. I mean, you'll burn through crystal really fast, but or SP, I don't know what they actually call the SP. But yeah, it's actually very interesting. And there's upgrades for these, and the rest of these are locked. We don't even know what these are. I just got this unlocked, which I haven't actually bought it, which helps us build the harvester faster. There's barricades, and I have not actually built any of these yet, so I'm not sure exactly how they work, but they have these upgrades, like you can make them cheaper. These will deflect some attacks, and this will give them more health, and there's a lock here. So you can just see all this stuff. Very interesting. This is what I was talking about, how you open up these bios, right? So this toxic creep. So we now know that this guy has a weakness to quad cannon. Now, we didn't see this in the last mission. I've seen this before. Toxic face, quad laser. Okay, so yeah, for instance, we just unlocked the quad laser. We didn't have it, so we were dealing with this enemy before we actually had access to the quad laser, so that's why it was so difficult. And these other things we've seen. This was the squidling, right? So this was the thing that was actually leaving the slime trail behind it. So, okay. And then this is the civilian database, right? And you'll notice that each of them are unique, which is actually really cool. And if you click on one, it'll tell you his name, nationality, sex, occupation, likes to dress up as one, and yeah, and read gun magazines. I live in Texas. I know a few people like that. This guy's a mechanic, and they're all adorable. They're just, yeah. Anyway, and you can just, and I think that you end up unlocking all of them, and it looks like there's 186 of them. Oh, it actually lists the animals? I didn't know it did that. This cat is French. Stray cat got adopted by her owner. That's awesome. He's British. The dog's British, the cat's French. There you go. Okay, so and then as the last one, you can go to the commander, and these are actual like almost global updates. So remember me telling you I was walking faster. I had unlocked this before. This is an increased walking speed, and this increased the radius of which you can attract crystals. I would say that these two, this one first is probably the most important thing that you can get, because being able to walk less, if that makes sense, to get the crystals helps a lot. And also one of the things that it doesn't actually say here is that this actually helps you attract the little research vials further out as well. So and these are all interesting. This like increases the range where you can build. This reduces the panic time of your NPCs. Actually, this says panic time. I don't think this keeps them from panicking. It just reduces the amount of time that they are panicking. This is structure reinforce, etc. This you get more initial resources. This improves how long it takes to build buildings, which would actually be very valuable. This one here increases health of you and the civilians. This, I believe this, oh no, this is the increased construction speed right here. This one I believe reduces the cost, yeah. And this one is an orbital strike of some kind, which I obviously don't have. Yeah. All right. So as you progress through the game, like I think it was like here, and then here we got another one. You're trying to get people off the continent, right? At least in this first one you are. So if we go to level 1.5 here, okay, so this is the evac zone. And this is more of a holdout location, right? A type of map, at least, as opposed to kill everything. So we're gonna go here. Yeah, so we're actually gonna have a time limit. Yep, so we're gonna do the same thing. Actually, I'm gonna go up here real quick because I happen to know there are two right here. This is also the first map you get where you actually have 3 crystal points. And this is actually the first map where I figured out that these do run out. They're not infinite. So you wanna be careful about that. Okay, so now we're gonna go down here. We're gonna grab this guy. It takes a little while for that first harvester to get you enough crystal where you can build another harvester. And so it's actually a good, I found that it's actually a good time to go around and grab people. 3, 5. But it's one of those things where it's like, especially on maps like this, it's like, so do you build one harvester and then try to build a turret, or do you build 2 harvesters and then try to build a turret, or do you all build all 3? And it depends, you know. There we go. We're gonna do this. Boom. I'm actually going to go here and let them work on this because we want this up as fast as possible. Boom. Now with both of these running, this will actually happen really fast. Did we get everyone? No, we're missing someone. I'm not sure where they are. They may be way up there at the top. We haven't had any actual indication that anyone's coming yet, but I'm sure it'll pop up here soon. Is there someone up here? Nope. I'm missing them. I'm going to grab these and we're going to go down here and set this one up. Okay, there we go. Boom. Now we're gonna do this. The music, while a bit repetitive after a while, I like it a lot. So this is, what did they say that this was, we saw, there was something that they were really happy that worked out really well for them. I forget which, their weakness, I mean. I forget what it was. Okay, so we're gonna go here real quick and we're gonna try to, I forget which one it is. Is it a multi-gun or is it a quad cannon? I'm gonna put a quad cannon here. Because we have an upgrade on the quad cannon right now where it shoots faster. And I think we have longer range. I don't know if we actually bought that. We probably should have bought it. Yeah, that's working somewhat. Not a lot, but boom, there we go. Ooh, oh, yep, and they're just going through the stuff here. So I'm actually gonna put one of these guys like right here. Come on, there we go. Yep, we want that research. And now that you've seen all the stuff that you can unlock, it really, you're like, oh, that research is amazing. We should really get as much of that as possible. Okay, so now we start having a problem here, right? So at this point, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go right here and I'm just gonna drop, see right there, boom. And we have people freaking out. Okay, well, we're gonna, hopefully that's not gonna be horrible. They're going to get rid of some of them. Oh, let's grab those. There we go. Awesome. So now we're getting like massive money. Now I happen to know that we're going to get some bad news. Oh, yep, like that guy right there. He needs the laser. That's the guy that we need the laser for, which we don't have, if you remember. So I'm gonna put this down and put this down here, right here. Actually, oh, can we build this? Hurry up. Okay, now we're gonna have a problem here because I need to get rid of these guys. Okay. We need to put down a acid thing because this guy right here is heavily armored. Come on. Oh, there's the other guy right there. Yep, and now it's telling me we have a problem. Because whoa, I think we're about to lose this. Yep. This is the first time I've ever actually lost one of these. Boom, and that was lost. We are stuck on the map now. We would be, except I've already finished this. So if we go to the world map, I unlocked Africa, and you can start on the African continent. Does it tell us which? It doesn't tell us what these are, but that one's snow. This one looks like it's, I don't know what that is. Maybe you end up going to an alien planet. That would be kind of cool. But yeah, so this is Kaiju Panic. It's really fun. It has one of those feelings, those things where it's like you want to complete every single map. And the cool thing is, if you find a map too difficult, you can go back and replay previous maps and get more research, and then go and unlock better stuff, and then move forward. And it seems like the maps are kind of designed that sometimes you have to do that. So it has several layers of depth in that it has the tower defense, it has the actual moving around in spatial stuff. You have to, actually move from one place to another on the map, and you have to divide resources more than just a normal tower defense, because you actually have the civilians and they help you do things. And then you have like the submission thing, like the one where we were actually collecting the residue from those slimy things. And then you have all the unlocks, which actually help. And there may be more than that. I mean, there may be more systems that unlock when you go through the second continent, for example. But it's actually a really fun game. I really like it. Again, it's by Mechabit, and it is not on Steam right now. It has been greenlit and it's coming to Steam. And I believe it's also coming to Xbox Live, but I don't think it's there right now. You can buy it on their site, which you can find the link in the description, and I believe it's 20 US right now, and it's on Windows and Mac. Adorable game, also fun, I believe well designed, love the artwork, love the music, and yeah, that's about it. Cool. My name's Spot, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
We're going for the moon.
Hey there, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider giving it a like. If you'd like to see more, just click subscribe. Come say hi to me on Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, any of those. I hope to see you next time.